All right, we are live there as well.
Yeah.
Today we're doing some drawing lessons as usual, duh.
Yep.
And then
Duh.
afterwards, watercolor for
Watercolor for a
unamused.
Yes, generally unamused.
Generally unamused. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
What exercises to be able to see 3D forms?
Oh, that's great.
A lot of perspective drawing.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, a lot of perspective drawing. It can get a little bit technical and boring, but I mean, I guess it depends. I don't find it very boring. I find it kind of fun. But.
Yeah. I would say, like, if you want to just get started with heads, for example, like form drawing drawing heads is literally form drawing. Like, if you look at this is a center line. Here's lines wrapping around the form. If you get a handle at drawing, like, oh, here's what a sphere looks like. What way am I looking at?
What do I learn first, anatomy or perspective? It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
They're
matter.
very different. You can learn them at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Like, you can draw a blob. I keep drawing the same potato, but...
Like, you usually... Like, if you attend an art school, you would usually have an anatomy and perspective class in term 1 that you're taking simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
Like, anatomy is in perspective. Like, muscles are 3D objects.
Yep.
But you don't have to learn one and then the other. You can learn them at the same time.
Yep. I took perspective and figure drawing classes at the same time, and it actually really melded the skills together.
Yeah.
Because a lot of time the body can be simplified, and you can actually start seeing the box in the body. That's what I started realizing later on. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so genius, you know?
Yeah. I feel like some people are able to see perspective without vanishing points, but not me. They keep them in their mind. Like, I'll go, my vanishing point is in the middle of the page, about 3 inches off to the right. And then that's in my mind, and I'm going towards it. So it's like...
It's kind of like this.
Yeah.
Like, vanishing point, like, this is what Colton sees, but you don't see.
Yeah.
Like, to him...
Well, I don't see it. I just keep it in mind. I'm like, I'm drawing towards that.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, now all these lines is like going towards that. But this is like in his mind. This is what comes out on the paper. Info about the school. Right here.
Yep.
This is our basically like an art college alternative program. We teach the fundamentals of art so that we can help you to draw from imagination with characters and backgrounds and your own stories. And it's self-paced. It's an online curriculum. You can check it out here. Comes with a lot of different classes, and it's structured like an art college.
Does your school cost money? Yes.
Yes.
Is there a way for me to donate? We don't really advertise that a whole lot. Obviously, we appreciate gifts and stuff, but we would rather you get something out of it.
Yeah.
The best way for you to support us is if you want to grab any of our classes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it good to learn shapes before figure drawing for anatomy? I guess I would ask what you mean by shapes, because if you can identify a square, a circle, and a triangle, I'd say you've learned shapes and you're ready to move on.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you mean forms, like 3-dimensional structures, yeah, it's always good to practice that form drawing. You have to realize that perspective and form drawing is something that you're going to be passively and actively working on for years. It's not just like you spend a month getting it out of the way and then move on. It's like you're building those skills for years. It's like a general ability that doesn't you don't move past it. You just kind of continually work on it. It's like talking. It's like learning language. It's like you don't learn how to speak and then never speak again.
Yeah.
You learn how to speak and then you speak all the time.
And you learn more complicated language, but you have the foundation of speaking.
Forms like cubes, cylinders, cones, yes.
Yeah.
Learning that type of stuff is really good. But again, you can take an anatomy class and a perspective class at the same time. You can learn them at the same time. Learning what a bicep is and where it connects. You don't have to stop learning perspective in order to do that. You can switch off various days.
Yeah.
But I mean, your ability to draw in 3D is going to majorly contribute to your ability to draw a believable character.
Yeah. Like what I'm doing here, this head is a form. What I'm doing here, blocking out the massive hair and drawing a wireframe, that's like a physical object on top of a head. And then I keep this in mind when I'm drawing hair. That's why I'm able to draw hair like just like this and know where to place it. It's because I'm thinking of this. So then you decide, okay, now how am I going to, design it? How do I design the hair while also feeling like this is wrapping around a form? So like people don't think in terms of this and this. They think in terms of like the surface level details, which is why hair can be very difficult. And I'm just kind of giving a little quick sample on hair. I don't know if I'll go through a whole in-depth tutorial on it, but
I would say like hair is so difficult because if you draw hair correctly, but the design doesn't look good, you won't like it anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of have to succeed in both areas.
Mm-hmm.
You have to succeed in terms of aesthetic, like appealing design, and also the form works.
Yeah.
Like it's difficult because it requires multiple things at the same time.
Yeah. That's why designing in front view is always so like useful.
Yeah, like front view or side view, like
silhouette,
it
whatever.
like reduces the number of things that you have to juggle at the same time, so you will generally succeed more at the things that you're like restricting it to. It's like, yeah, like designing a character in a front view or designing a character in a side view instead of like, oh, a 3/4 view where they're floating underwater and there's a current and bubbles.
Yeah.
Like, it's not to say you can't do that, but it's like if you can prefigure out certain things, that's why sketches are so helpful, and like thumbnails, they allow you to isolate individual components and figure them out without dealing with all of the other stuff.
Like when I want to draw hair in 3/4 view, but like if I'm trying to draw from imagination, like I don't know what the design is, so that's even harder for me. So like sometimes it's necessary to take a step like this where you're like, okay, I'm gonna pre-design this out, even if it's boring, but this will help me later. So it's like, oh, what does this hair look like in the front view? And then when I draw in the side view, I will keep that in mind and be like, okay, my hairline's here. Oh, this is what the bangs are doing. Okay, now I just got to translate that information in a 3/4. And does this feel accurate to like my front view? So on and so forth.
How to draw hands. We have multiple TikToks and a YouTube video on hands if you're interested.
Yep, this is our channel right here. You can check it out.
I suck at front view. You'll definitely get better at it if you do it more. That's totally fine.
It's
like
totally fine.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Guys, you won't suck forever, okay? You will get better.
Yeah. Like,
so yeah.
I wouldn't focus on whether it's good or not. I would focus on like, am I having fun? Am I enjoying it? Do I feel like I'm making progress? Like, what are the things that I can control? Did I show up?
Yeah.
You know, did I try hard?
I think it's like people when they try to draw anything, they think too much. Like they're thinking in too many large little. How to say it? They're thinking in too much detail. So it's like find out the easiest step that you can do. Like, okay, well, assuming that you can draw this, like, can you draw a circle and divide it in half? Like, that's easy.
See you, Randy.
Bye, Randy.
Randy? I watched a streamer. He had an alias named Randy. In
Oh,
DayZ.
really?
Yeah.
Ah. It's like, yeah, front view head. It's a circle plus a center line. That's simple. You drag this down, and you just make sure that one side is this shape and the other side is symmetrical. And then you add in your guidelines. Now, of course, like, if you can't draw a circle, that's totally fine. I'm just saying, like, people need to find a process that works for them, that makes it easier on them in the long run. We're always talking about process.
Is organic forms the same as 3D forms? I mean, form implies 3D, so like an organic form would essentially mean that it's like something, you know, living or rounded or whatever. Like, organic would fall under the category of 3D forms.
Yeah. Like, this is a 3D form. It's organic, but it has perspective in it because we've decided it has perspective.
But there's good exercises to get good at both. To get better at both, you know.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about Krenz cubes in a while either.
No, we haven't. Can you do 3/4 angles? Yeah. I have a video on how to draw heads in 15 minutes on this channel right here on YouTube. I do cover the 3/4 head angle and side view and front view. Is anime and illustration is the same style?
Huh?
It can be any illustration can be in any style.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand the question that much. Like you can draw an illustration in realistic or anime style.
Yeah. Generally, illustration refers to where the artwork itself is the product. The style can be anything.
Yeah.
Like the Mona Lisa is an illustration.
Yeah.
Splash art is an illustration.
Comic books are illustrations.
Yeah. It's like an artwork where the art that is created is meant to be like is the consumable thing, like an advertisement, a promotion, a picture that is like, oh, that's pretty, and it's meant to be viewed. That would basically be illustration.
Yeah.
Does anime have anatomy guidelines, or is it just whatever? Anime is the same as real anatomy. They're just stylizing it a bit.
Yeah.
Like, you're not all of a sudden putting the bicep on the bottom of the foot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, or you're not all of a sudden putting the pecs on your booty.
Look, anime style. Pretty clear of anatomy.
Yeah. Deltoid.
Traps, sternocleidomastoid,
Yeah.
pecs.
It's just stylized.
Yeah. Like here's forearm muscles. But like this realistic knowledge is then transferred to anime. But like you don't abandon this.
Yeah.
This is Procreate.
Have
you tried Huion tablets before? Yeah.
Yes.
We have a video on it actually.
Huion sent us a couple of tablets. I really like their stuff. I think they're really good for the price range. I love them. I'm currently using the Canvas 16 Gen 3 as just an extra monitor for my laptop. Here's mine. If I ask how to not draw wonky lines, is there an exercise to improve yet? Yeah, there's a lot of exercise that you can use to help with that. I mean, just drawing hair like this can help with that.
Yeah.
And being like, I'm gonna try to do this hair in one stroke. Like, you'll notice that like furry artists or people who draw a lot of anime and they're just drawing all the time, they tend to get really good at this stuff because you're kind of practicing it just by drawing.
Yeah.
So like, it's like
one stroke.
The first and most important thing is to actually show up and do it.
Yeah. Sometimes it just takes like designing one line in one stroke like this and then adding more to it in one stroke.
How would I try to convey muscles with form without them looking like stickers? Avoiding continuous lines helps, but I feel like I'm missing something. I guess like muscles with form without them looking like stickers, like that's generally going to happen just through the overlaps and such.
Yeah. Like purposely bulging things. Like for instance, I know that horologium, like you've taken our anatomy classes and stuff, but like instead of thinking, oh, this is the pec, which is a shape, you're thinking, okay, this is in perspective. I'm purposely going to bulge this. And I'm going to add a side.
Yeah.
Now it's not a sticker anymore. And all these lines show that this is not a sticker.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Adding sides to things is going to help a lot with that. Like things will look like stickers until you add a side and maybe some overlaps.
Yeah. More overlaps that you add, like, oh, here's a neck. This neck is sitting on top of the rib cage. And this is a very specific overlap. Like this, then this, then this. Can't get any more three-dimensional than that, really.
Yeah. Your brain perceives things going in front of other things as depth.
But if you do this, and you don't have that overlap, it's really hard to tell what's going on.
I promise I rewatch the class recordings, but I get too caught up in trying to line up and overlap muscles. That's totally normal. Like when you're relatively early in your art journey, you just can't hold as many things in your mind at the same time. Christina and I were just talking about this last night.
Yeah.
We went on a walk and we were just like, you focus on proportion and you forget about form. You focus on form, you forget about proportion. And don't even get me started on thinking about design, because it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to focus on design. Oh, wait, crap. I totally forgot to focus on this.
Yeah.
You get better at that with mileage.
Yeah, like over time.
Imagine, like, as you level up, you gain more slots available. It's like at level 1, you have 2 slots. At level 5, you have 3 slots. At level 10, you have 4 slots. And one of those slots could be form. One of those slots could be design. One of those slots could be line weight. One of those slots could be, you know, whatever, like another thing. And so it's like, as you get more drawing experience, you're just going to be able to handle more stuff at the same time. It's like,
juggling.
Think about like learning a language. It's like if someone's talking to you fast in a language you don't speak very well, you're like, wait, hold up. Okay, so you said what? You know what I mean? Your brain's like
so
trying
true.
to prioritize information with like a very limited cup, and it's overflowing. It'll just get better. And like exercises are specifically designed to make those things take up less mental room. It's like taking the stuff in your conscious mind and it's like forcing it into the subconscious so you can fill up your conscious mind again.
Yeah. Like I've memorized the proportions by heart to the point where I can do it without a lot of effort. Like I kind of know my muscle memory takes care of that problem for me. And then I can skip steps. But that's, you know.
And it feels like you're doing something wrong when a drawing doesn't turn out.
Yeah, it does
But
feel that way.
A lot of the time it's like, you know, people will do something and it's like, well, you're doing everything and nothing wrong. It's like you're taking the exact right steps, even though the drawing didn't turn out.
Yeah.
And you have to keep taking those correct steps, even if you don't like how your work is turning out. Like, obviously, critiques and stuff are really helpful, and it can help to boost that. But, like, there's no way around just a lot of mileage.
Yeah.
Mileage referring to just hours spent drawing.
Are you guys actually a real school?
Huh?
What do you mean by real school?
Well, yeah, I would say define a real school. Like, do we teach classes and students? Yes.
Yes.
Are we, like, an accredited school that has a building and has, like a government certification of whatever? No.
But this is our program, though. So that when we ask about our school, like, this is what we're talking about.
Yes. We run classes, have students. We just wrapped up a Zoom perspective class not too long ago. Do we produce results? Absolutely.
I haven't really seen. Let's see.
Certificates don't matter when it comes to art. It's all portfolio based.
Yeah.
I would gladly sacrifice a certificate to make the school focus more on building the actual skills any day.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason I dropped out of art center.
Yeah.
Which is like there's so much stuff in accredited schools that you have to go through that really have nothing to do with what you actually want to do. That's why online classes for art tend to be a lot better than colleges and unis these days.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like imagine you want to become like, I don't know, really fit, right? So you go to a college that's like gym college, but then like half of the classes that you take, it's like, they're like classes that you have to take that have nothing to do with exercising or getting stronger. It's like creative writing. It's like, well, we have to have creative writing because we have to be accredited and we need to give you XYZ. So it depends. Like if your only goal is to get stronger, just go to the gym a lot. Get a personal trainer, you know, be in the gym like whatever 5 times a week. But like imagine you have to learn about like the history of like Egyptian pyramids as part of your like getting stronger curriculum. You're just like, I could be exercising right now.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
It's sort of like that.
Let me see. Somebody asked about our school. But I didn't. I think it was a little bit further up. How long would you say it takes to complete it?
It's designed to take a year. There's 3 terms of 14 weeks. So our classes do the recommended pace. Again, it's at your own pace, so you can take it whenever you want. But our recommended pace is 3 terms of 14 weeks.
Yeah.
And so that's about a year of college. I don't know what 3 times 14 is. What is it, like?
I don't know.
42 weeks of pretty intensive classes. But a lot of people will take more than a week per recommended week.
Just for drawing spheres.
Water droplets.
Drawing water droplets or painting water droplets?
Yeah, I guess I would ask drawing or painting them.
Because like drawing them is like the droplet looks like this, but we want to continue to think this is a trail that is in 3D. Like if this water was any thicker, it would look like slime. So like what would slime look like? And then if someone is sweating, generally a lot of times if you want to draw it, it'll just kind of look like this. And you draw someone like sweating nervously.
Yeah, it's like
that.
that.
If you want like to draw tears.
Water droplets on items. Technically, I do have one of those in my anime art
Oh, you
school
do,
lesson,
don't
yeah.
you? Yeah. You want to show that?
Huh? Huh?
No! I'm on the wrong page.
Oh, that's funny.
Here we go. It's a little bit blurry because I didn't export a high-res version of this. But, water droplets will tend to, they'll have a highlight at the top. It's like, a lot of the time, water droplets, again, if you're, like, painting them, right? Like, they're like a ball that kind of looks like this. And you'll get a specular highlight here. You'll have distortion around these areas.
Ooh.
And then you'll, a lot of the time, have, like, a bit of light coming out like this.
Yeah.
And they go over the surface of the object itself. So, like, again, this is form drawing, where it's, like...
wrapping around the form of the sphere.
Right?
Ace Fawn says, teachers, I was wondering if you were having some kind of promotion right now. I'm trying to convince my friend to buy the class, and I want to make sure I'm giving him the full advertisement.
We are running a watercolor promotion.
Yeah.
So if your friend wants a watercolor artwork of their own character, yes, we are running that. Right?
We
Like,
are going to be doing
this
watercolor
is the
later, too.
form.
Do you cover how to draw water in your school?
Water? I do have notes on water. Water it's a reflective material and light goes through it. So you get speculars. You get specular highlights, which is a reflection of the light source itself. It's like a ricochet. And you get light that goes through it as well. And then whatever's behind it gets distorted. So, like, water can take a lot of different forms, right? Like, you could have, like, a chunk of water.
Oh, yeah, Ace Fawn. The promotion ends at the end of August. So,
Yeah.
just letting you know.
You could have a ball of water. You could have, like... I mean, I'll see things that are like this.
Conley is very good at rendering
Yeah.
water.
I would check out Conley Yu's work as well. But, yeah, I do have notes on water, right? And it'll often be, like... like this. And then every single one of these droplets, they're round. Like, think about the form, right? So every one of these is going to get a little specular on it. All of these get speculars. This gets a specular. This gets a specular. This gets a specular. And so, like, if we were to paint this kind of thing, we'd need to know the form of it. This sort of thing as well.
And there's a lot of, like, undulation with water as well. There's, like, ripples and stuff. So, like, that's also something to keep in mind of.
Yeah. So, like, obviously, if this was, like, water or something, we're getting, like, specular, and then a lot of the time you'll get, like, other
Like a
speculars
little
and
outline.
stuff in here, and there,
Ooh.
you know, and you'll get, like...
What are key points to remember when shading clothing?
separating your light and your dark, for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, it's the same key points as as anything else.
Whoa.
But anyway, it's like knowing these principles, right? Like anytime I have an object that's reflective, the light is going to bounce off of it. So I know that anytime something changes direction, like this, anytime I have a form that changes direction, my light is going to ricochet off of the points like this, right? And like down here. It doesn't matter if it's water, if it's metal, anything that's reflective is going to get, they're called specular highlights, and it's a ricochet of the light off of the surface. And then anytime that there's an object that I can see through, the light is generally going to go into that thing and bounce around and make it vibrant. Mm-hmm. Like, there's these fundamental principles of materials that allow you to go, okay, I kind of get how this works. We made a slime. Well, you can even see with the freerun art that I did a little while back. Like the slime, it's like, there's the specular highlight, there's the vibrant part. It works with metal. Metal light doesn't pass through it, but it does get speculars. So when it comes to painting, like learning about a couple of different principles, of course, it all rests on like your ability to draw form. Like if I couldn't draw ribbon, I couldn't render one. If I couldn't draw hair, I couldn't render it. If I couldn't draw a sphere, I couldn't render it. Mm-hmm.
Rendering is just showing form with light and shadow.
Is drawing from imagination the same thing as drawing from memory? No. Like, it pulls on your memory, but it's more of like constructing. It's like, if you want to build a house, like you can be trained to build a house. You're like, first I need to go through this step. Then I need to go through that step. Then I need to go through that step. Mm-hmm. You're not like pulling the entire thing out of your memory. You're building something, and you understand the process of building it and the principles that apply to each stage.
Yeah. And like some memory helps with drawing from imagination, but it's not really exactly the same thing. It's like you can remember, that's like visual library, right? Visual library has to do with some kind of memory. Like you generally know how something works based on your experience of drawing it, what you've noticed, and like that can definitely help with drawing from imagination, but it's not exactly the same thing.
Yeah. Anything that can reflect light has those white speculars like the eye. They're only white if the light is white. They're a reflection of your light source. So if the white if the light is white, then yes, it would probably be white. But it depends how reflective the material is. Like, I mean, if your light is not super bright or is a different color, then it wouldn't be white. Or if your material is not super reflective, but it's kind of reflective, then it would probably be the local color of your material plus the local color of the light equals your reflection color. Mm-hmm. Which would be easier to explain with like a demo or something, or I could just find something. Like, for example, the reflection on these lemons is not white is because, number one, the lemon's not perfectly reflective. It's not a mirror. And number two, the light is warm. So this color right here would not be white. In fact, like this one over here is probably a more accurate example of a reflection on a lemon, because lemons are kind of bumpy. So you'd actually get like a bunch of different little reflections on it.
Yeah. How do you practice side profiles? How do you draw side profiles so good? Do I have to practice a lot? Yeah, with anything that you got to get good, I got to practice it a lot. I have a video on our TikTok page on side profiles. Has like how many views now?
Oh, I have no idea. 3.5 million.
3.5 million now. It's really good. Talks about the proportions of the side profile, how to approach it from start to finish. You can check that out there. Oh, looks like a lemon.
Right, and then this would be the local value or the local color of the object plus the light color. And then it's like a scale. It's like a slider, right? So if your object is not very reflective, it would be over here. The mixture. If the object is somewhat reflective, it's kind of here. If the object is extremely reflective, it's like here. So if a lemon is not very reflective, then it will probably be over here. And so it's mostly the color of the lemon, a little bit the color of the light, as far as the specular goes. That's kind of how I think about it.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any tips for drawing hair, like simple step-by-step process? I will give you a tip on what to think about. And it's this concept right here. I'm just going to talk about the front view just because it's easier to show this concept, but like find out what's missing in your hair. Like, is it depth? Is it overlaps? This covers a lot of depth and overlaps at the same time. So like if you find that your hair is really missing, it looks like this, and you're like, why doesn't it look good? Well, it's because it's missing depth. So what I would generally do...
Pinged.
You never pinged?
Nope.
It's okay. What I would do is like figure out what your front design is gonna be. Find out where it's... Yep, no problem. Find out where it's connecting.
Go live on TikTok first.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So you're like, okay, I've got my front. Now what do? I gotta figure out what my middle looks like. Okay, well, in order to find the middle, I gotta add another layer. And I can design this however I want. I can decide, oh, I want to curl it on the side. Or do I want it to be a little bit spikier? That's completely up to you. But now you are getting multiple layers in the hair. And now all you have to do is figure out the back. Sometimes that means adding another back layer right here. So like you have, step 1, step 2, overlap, step 3, right? So that creates extra depth. You're also kind of designing at the same time. I'm not saying that this is the only way to draw hair. I'm just kind of showing you another way to think. What's the back of the hair like?
Dang, bro, it works.
What works?
If you search on Pinterest and you add a swear word to it, you don't get any ads.
What?
Yeah.
Really? That's genius.
I saw it on TikTok earlier. No ads, look.
Oh my gosh, that's literally perfect. Oh my gosh, I gotta do that next time. The only time I'll ever swear in my... But anyways. Like, that's what I would think about. Is front, medium, back. Front, medium, back. And someone's asking about back hair as well, but it's like you're just showing what's in the front and then what's behind it. Like a sheet of paper.
I got to tinkle.
Okay.
Is there a way to know that the chin isn't too large, proportion-wise?
I think it depends on your head shape.
Yeah, it really it depends how large is the person's chin supposed to be. That's kind of like up to you.
Yeah.
If you're going for like a generic anime head, or if you're going for something like with a little bit bigger or wider of a chin, like it's really up to you.
It's really
People's
up to you.
Chins vary so much.
Yeah.
But there's like a range of what most characters will fall under.
Yeah.
But again, it varies so much.
Like, if I drew an adult head and the chin is much longer, like this makes sense if your proportions are correct or fits the character's vibe, right? So for instance, if I place my nose and my mouth here and my eyes here, like this still generally feels correct. But if I start placing like my proportions really high like this, changes the angle a little bit. So I think it just depends on what angle or not, what head type you're going for. But thing is, if you have this type of head angle and then you start morphing, like changing all the heights of different noses and mouths, like this still could make sense for a character. So that is kind of an interesting thing. It's kind of hard to answer exactly because it just changes so much. Hey, my school starts today. Like, I'm so done with today. Well, I'm glad that the day is over for you. You can just probably draw for the rest of the night. I don't have any tips on coloring, how to draw like water hair. I would have to do specific studies on water and also trying to transform it into hair. That would be a little bit difficult.
I mean, you would really just combine the principles of the water and the hair. So like I would say you turn water into the shape of the hair.
Yeah. And maybe like change the texture.
Yeah, and like water has specific elements to it, right? Light goes through it. It gets specular highlights. It splashes.
It has these little foam bits in some cases, depending on what kind that you're going for.
Yeah, and it's like
it's
yeah,
transparent.
Exactly. What kind of water is it? Is it ocean water? Is it foamy?
Yeah, and like how transparent is the water? Because you will probably see a bit of scalp in there. Very possible. But like water can also be in different colors as well. Like you could say like, oh, it's reflecting. If it's reflecting the sky, you're gonna probably get bluer water.
Yeah, there's
So it really depends.
a bunch of different things like that.
I would research swamp water colors and then how other people approach it, and do a bunch of material studies on water, because like that's gonna be how you learn, right? I would say even if we do give you the answer, if you didn't find out like your own epiphanies, like you would
You'd
lose
just
the
be
information.
copying
You just be
our-
copying, yeah.
Our way to do it. Like
Yeah.
we tend to focus more on like understanding as well. Like I can definitely, give you an approach, or like we can definitely explain how we would approach it.
Mm-hmm.
I would start with doing studies. I would start with knowing how to draw hair in general.
Yeah.
Like obviously if you want something to look like hair, it's like where the hair comes from is still probably going to be the same. Where the flow of it, the style of it, is it long hair or is it short hair?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, does the swamp water have stuff in it, like whatever is in a swamp, or is it?
Or is it
You know
just
what I mean?
color?
And like, what constitutes swamp water? Like, does it have the algae and the green stuff? Does it have like lily pads and stuff in it? And then like a lot of things like context would help. If you're drawing a character that has swamp water hair, like maybe she has like, or he or she has like a little lily pad hat, right?
Oh,
Maybe there's like a
that's
frog
cute.
in the hair, or maybe there's like grass or something. It's like swamp water will usually have a lot of stuff in it.
Mm-hmm. And then, you kind of have to keep in mind, like, okay, well, how does water like to end? It doesn't really end in a point, really. It probably ends more wobbly than that. But, like, we would study it and improve. That's why we say you
and,
should
and
study
I would make multiple iterations.
multiple
like,
iterations, yeah.
Like
and
anything
figuring
that
out.
I'm not used to drawing, I'm going to use an approach that involves a lot of studying.
Yeah.
And involves a lot of iterations. There's very, very, very like few artists out there, if any, who don't use any type of iterative approach.
Yeah. What is the important thing to study for beginners? Enjoying the studying. Enjoying to draw. Finding ways to enjoy practice, and also form drawing. That's another thing. Like anything that you're gonna draw, backgrounds, people, characters, is dimensional. Buildings, dimensional. Right? Windows on a building, this has to go in perspective. Head, what angle of the sphere are you looking at? This is dimensional. But it's going to be really hard to practice these things if you don't know how to enjoy art first. So I would say prioritize enjoying it. And when you're ready, the exercise will carry you through a lot of hard times. Because drawing isn't easy, and it's a marathon. So
I wanted to make a new painting brush, actually. To do that sometime.
let me see. For imagination, I have a vision of the kind of eye I want to draw. I know all the realistic portions and stuff, and it's not really anime style, but I can't find any good refs for the style I want. You may just have to do a combination. Sometimes it's like, if it just doesn't exist, you might have to just make it exist and find the closest, not the closest, just the common, what am I saying? Closest thing that fits your imagination. Any tips on drawing heads from like the bottom perspective? Here's a reference. Actually, I'll give you both. But yeah, I can give you some tips on that. It's a fun topic to cover. first of all, understanding that in a lower angle, it's not like a flat surface like this. You're gonna start curving things a lot more. Like all your guidelines. If you understand proportions, it's gonna be way easier. By the way, so like if you can't draw a head in a front view and understand the proportions, how are you gonna skew it in a different perspective? So, right, this is a cylinder in a front view. The proportions look like this. From a bottom view, we're not going to get that same ratio anymore. Things are going to move up, and things are also going to show its curvature, like that. So same goes with heads. Look at where the eyes and the nose and the mouth are. Like they're like much more squished together. You see more curvature, and you see more space between the mouth and the neck. So like keeping that in mind, that helps a lot. Like eyes, like don't be afraid to overlap your nose and your eyes and your mouth. I actually have a video on this on our TikTok page. But like also knowing that your eyes are literally going to be squished. Like they're going to compress. Like this is not the same size as this. Right? It's much more squished. That's what happens in perspective and foreshortening. Mouth is much closer. You can describe the bottom of the chin like a mustache like this, but this can get a little bit ugly looking, and it's very, I shouldn't say ugly, it just kind of looks uncanny and unnatural if you like draw it like really obviously. So a lot of people, they'll just draw the neck, draw the back of the head, overlap it, and then they'll add a bit of value to show the transition. So there's a lot of different ways that people like to make this more attractive. A lot of times if you're drawing like from a 3/4 view and the head is raising up, you would just show the chin and how it connects to the neck. And sometimes this curvature would be pretty short, like, well, not short, but like it wouldn't be like this. It would actually come a lot quicker. And sometimes you'll see the artist would blend these forms together, but they'll show like, oh, here's the neck in front of the back of the head, here's the ear. Everything, all the features are then moving in this perspective. And so even though they're not describing the underside of the chin, like people know that this is an upper, like this character is looking up. Do you guys use Clip Studio? I'm having trouble finding a soft edge brush for coloring. I don't use Clip Studio that much. And I wouldn't really know what brushes, so I wouldn't really be able to help you that much with that. Back when I used it, I just used all the default brushes. So the soft edged brush would be like a watercolor brush or like a whatever. That was because I had no idea that other brushes existed. Still wondering to buy your classes. Is there a way to pay multiple times, like not in one-time full payments?
No, we don't have that available.
No, we don't have that available. We actually did do a video that looked like the free rein angle. A lot of people were always talking about the free rein angle, so you can check it out. Features these head models and the tutorial on how I break it down. It's on our TikTok page. Can you give me the brush name? Colton actually made this brush on his own. So the brush name is in our Discord. It's in the resource share resource share channel, and it's a pinned message, and I think it's just called like new drawing brush. So you wouldn't really be able to get this online unless it's through our Discord. But the closest thing that could get this effect is literally just like a round brush. Hard round brush with no opacity whatsoever and no brush sensitivity. So you may just be getting a brush that looks like this. Like this will give you the same effect. I'm just pressing really hard so you don't see this. Right, it's not this. It's like really, really hard, and no pressure sense, no like brush change. If you want to start drawing anime heads, how should you begin? I recommend not starting with the outer edges like this. Okay, I'm using a different brush. So like this is how a lot of people draw heads that are beginners. They draw it like this, and they just start searching and searching until they hopefully get the shape right. Right? But this doesn't have a lot of information. It doesn't give you a good starting point. So my recommendation, starting with the humble sphere. Because this describes your angles, describes, gives you a good idea of like how far you're going to put your chin, right? If you're going to do an anime head, I always recommend starting with a sphere. And then center line. The center line, you can then decide how far do you want to drop it. If you want a cutesy anime face, you might have to drop it a little bit shorter. And this is a good benchmark, because this could describe like the midpoint of your face. It could describe, this could be the nose and the bottom of the ear if you're doing a realistic head. So if I'm doing this is a form. So this will wrap, the cheek will wrap around. They'll start here, and then it starts tapering in. And then you have your center line to ground you. So then you're like, okay, I'm going to figure out one side of my head first. If I like this shape right here, what would this look like on the other side? And if you haven't drawn it yet. So like, okay, if I like this shape, I just got to move it to the other side. Right. This works for 3/4 head. Sphere. The center line will now shift because you're physically turning this head over here. So like the center line has moved, has shifted. Here's the side of the sphere. This is where you're going to drop your chin. And so like now we're thinking in 3D rather than trying to guess our way through. Like this has no structure at all. This has more structure. This has more structure. This has more grabbing points for you to solve those problems. Art is a solutions type of skill. Like you got to solve those problems. Then like how are you going to figure out where your chin is? Well, you figured out your chin here. Now how are you going to connect it? Well, maybe this drops down to the chin. Maybe I need to modify this a little bit more. Maybe it needs to push down a little bit more. But like the sphere is a 3-dimensional form that helps you like keep that in mind. So that's what I always start with. You never give us a chance to miss you guys. You're always live. Aw, thanks. While you guys have a school, what do you guys teach? We teach this stuff. Fundamentals, how to think about, how to break down drawing into simple forms. We have a lot of different classes. So like we cater to people who want to draw in an anime style and they want to draw their own characters and stories from imagination. But we also give you like a lot of resources, like how does realism and realistic proportions play into stylized things. So we kind of do like a bit of a hybrid. We have a lot of classes like heads and faces, anatomy, fabric and form, which is a clothing drawing class, how to think about clothes, how to make your own, an intro to digital art class, perspective and dimensional drawing class, character design class, and a portfolio class later on. But we teach you guys the fundamentals. So in week 1, literally have you start doing this, because this is your base. If you don't have this structure, it's going to be really hard to be able to do stuff like this. So this is all form drawing. This is all perspective. I teach the character focus classes. Colton teaches the backgrounds classes. So he will have you doing stuff like exercises that are drawing things in different space, like different turning things, rotating things, how to think about volumes, exercises, how to think about organic things and break them down to forms like this. Because this is very important stuff. This is the bridge between really beginner art and more professional art. How to tackle all this stuff. And then you will be able to do really cool, awesome things like this in the future. Like this is all stuff that we've done in our school. We of course teach you everything prior to doing this. So Colton does the backgrounds, paints them all from scratch. I draw the characters. And by this point, this is just from class 6. So by this point, you would know how to draw clothes. You would know how to do faces and hair and bodies. And then paired with backgrounds, you'll be able to do all this kind of like really neat stuff. So that's what we teach in our anime art school.
Yeah, I kind of try to draw swamp hair.
Oh, that's so pretty.
This might be like how I would do like the first approach. I would probably
That looks really good.
Probably do something like this as an initial stab, and then maybe try to get some of those like plants and stuff in there. This seems like it gets really dark in certain areas. That could be kind of cool.
Is it just this anime style, or is it semi-realism too?
It's foundation, so like perspective. Perspective is perspective. Like there's no anime or semi-realism or realism perspective. It's just there's 1 point, there's 2 point, there's 3 point, there's form drawing. And like anatomy, for example, like figure drawing is figure drawing. Like the muscles of the body are the muscles of the body. So like you would take these and you would stylize them, and you could turn them semi-real, or you could turn them cartoony by simplifying. But like this is the base anatomy.
Yeah.
And then you would change it. Or for example, this is how you calculate cast shadows. And now whether you want to stick to that or stylize it is up to you. So our school focuses on foundational lessons for people who really want to know. Like they really want to know how something works, and then later on they'll stylize it, right?
Yep.
So it's like we talk about color theory, we talk about stuff like high key, low key, mid key, the balance between warm and cool, cast shadows, hard light, soft light, edges, specular highlights, figure drawing, anatomy, clothing drawing, 7 basic folds, right? Like how to construct things in perspective. And so it's my answer would really be like it's whatever you decide to apply it to.
Yeah.
Because like perspective is perspective. Like My Little Pony uses 1 point perspective. And whatever, Avatar: The Last Airbender uses perspective. Christopher Nolan films use perspective.
I mean, like, you can take this knowledge, which is realism, and you can apply it to anime, you know, like this. Or you can say, I'm going to take that existing knowledge and literally, like, morph my shapes like this. So, like, this is not anime. This could be if you stylize in a certain way, but like this could be, you know, cartoons, animated cartoon kind of style, like Disney or whatever.
Yeah.
It's using the same foundation. You're now just like applying it onto different shapes, to stylized shapes.
Yeah,
Are your
so,
classes
like,
expensive? Depends on what you mean by expensive.
not in comparison to other comparable things.
Yeah.
Very, very inexpensive. Like if you're looking at a college or something with a similar amount of information, you know, you could look into tens of thousands of dollars.
Yep. Is the bottom of the sphere more or less where the nose usually goes? If you're doing realistic heads, yes. Generally. In a realistic head, the bottom of your sphere tends to be the bottom of your nose and the bottom of your ear. You can kind of even see it on here. Bottom of the nose, bottom of the ear. Here's that cranium. You just shorten the chin. Is your class worldwide or no? Because I really want to draw anime.
Yeah, you can get it from anywhere.
Here it is. Do you have any tips for drawing paws or anthro legs? I don't really draw anthro characters.
Not me. Like, I don't have any tips on it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I mean, like, if we wanted to, we could break it down, but I don't know if I feel like it right now. Can we ask questions about perspective? Oh, absolutely. Colton is a great perspective teacher.
Yeah, I'm just kind of...
Doing the breakdown study.
Yeah, I thought it would be fun.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. Do you know how to draw interiors which are not in an angular shape but more rounded, like a teepee?
Yeah, I mean, you'd essentially be drawing the inside of a cylinder or a cone. But, I mean, if you look at how most projects handle those kind of things, they handle them quite graphically. You're not going to get a ton of...
I don't know what a teepee looks like. Oops.
You're not going to get a ton of depth and perspective from the background. Like, the inside of a teepee is so small that I would handle it graphically. I wouldn't handle it as, like, this super long, deep thing with a vanishing point, right? Like, you'd probably just have, like, some arcs that kind of imply the inside of a wall. I would need to look up a reference. I've never really...
This is our YouTube channel, Draw Anime Academy.
like,
Ooh, I'm learning the classes on Krita. I signed up recently. I bought a book on Krita to help me. Oh, awesome. Did you, you mean you got an anime art school? Oh, that's cool.
yeah, you can see this ellipse up here. So this is the top. These fan out, right, and go around. And this is the bottom of the ellipse. So you're inside of a cone. Whereas, like, here's the bottom. Here's the top.
Yes, I have the art school now. Oh, awesome.
Right? It's kind of like this. And then you can see that on the ground, this would be like 1 point perspective. So maybe we would have this. Obviously, it depends on... Like, this one doesn't really have that many rotated objects. I would treat it like that. Right? These are obviously in perspective. So, like, if I drew grid lines over this, my grid is going to look like this, right? If I draw grid lines over this...
Ah.
It's going to look like that. And if I draw grid lines back here, like, these are getting warped. Right? It's essentially a ribbon. Like, you're looking at it flat. You're looking at it at a little bit of an angle. Well, let's tilt these in. Right, if you made these like panels, there would be a vanishing point back here. Probably here if it's in the middle, right? And you could, whatever, adjust it. And then this one would get a vanishing point over here as it rotates around. This one would be in front view because it's like 1 point perspective. That would be one way to do it. If you really want to draw an accurate inside of a TP, I would straight up just build it in 3D. But otherwise, you know, if you're looking at like whatever Disney projects or something, like they tend to treat this stuff pretty graphically and they imply a lot. Like,
yeah,
it's like, here's the back wall. Here's this one.
So the cylinder technique for perspective for people usually never works for me. Is there any other way?
I don't know if it's a cylinder technique. It's just drawing a cylinder.
Yeah.
So if I would say if it doesn't work for you, I would probably
get better at drawing cylinders.
Yeah, practice drawing cylinders. They're not inherently easy. Like, they're difficult.
Yeah. It just takes a lot of practice. So, like, don't be fooled by if it doesn't work for you right now. Like, you still got to learn it so that it works for you later. I don't know how to really describe it.
Cylinders are one of the most fundamental forms, like probably
is.
the most behind like a box or a sphere or something. So, like, this would essentially be the back of it. And then on the ground itself, like, obviously this isn't a cone. This isn't a cone. Right? You could draw like a grid. There's the ground. Up here might be something like, I don't know, this. You can draw this really rough perspective. Just grid everything out. It's like what Ramon Hurtado does. He grids a lot of stuff out, and then these are like your wrapping lines.
Oh, that looks cool.
That's like the inside of a cone. Just based on kind of what I've seen here and images online, that's how I would approach it. It's like, right?
Yeah.
Going around.
Whee. Thank you very much. You're a very helpful artist. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Right? You can see that on all of these. Like, look. The horizon line is in here. So this one you're looking up into, and this one you're looking down at. So you tend to get that, like your grid, and then obviously like this. There's your grid.
Inside of a cylinder.
Yeah, or the inside of a cone.
Yeah.
But yes, the inside of a cone,
you,
which basically means that all these lines, like the difference between the inside of a cone and the inside of a cylinder is as you get higher up, this is going to squish. Like, it's going to get smaller. Cylinders don't get smaller inside. If you draw the inside of a of a cylinder, you know, it would be like horizon line. These would all be straights, right? And these would not taper. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's whatever's on the ground, person sleeping. The inside of a cone, it would point towards that center. It would curve in. It'd be like, your bottom would be the same. These would all be tilting to the top.
King of Chocolate Cookies, we have a lot of hair videos on our YouTube channel, Draw Anime Academy, and we also have a lot of hair TikToks. You can check that out.
Right.
We did cover some hair earlier. Ooh, how cute.
So these would be angled inwards. Like, those are the sort of things that I would think in my mind, and I'd just go, where's my horizon line? Why is the horizon line so incredibly important? Because anything above it, you're looking up at. And anything below it, you're looking down at, right? Looking down at this. Looking up at this. Right? Above my horizon line equals I'm looking up at it. Below my horizon line equals I'm looking down at it. It doesn't matter if I'm inside of a cylinder or a cone or a car or a house, because this is my eye line, right? Anything above it, this is the bottom of it. Anything below it, this is the top of it. So inside of a cylinder, if this is my horizon line, I'm looking up at the top, I'm looking down at the bottom, right? This is like see-through. See-through.
Oh, yeah.
If I draw like a box around this or something, well, let me do it like this way. Right? It's like I'm looking at the bottom of the box. Not that this is completely accurate, but the essence of it is like, this is the top. If I were to draw a box around this one, it'd be the top of the box. Top. Bottom. But if I'm inside of something, I'm looking at the bottom of the top. It's like you're inside of a soda can and you look up and it's like, what do you see? This would be like the underside of the top, aka like the ceiling.
How can I make my ovals look better? My ends are always too round or too sharp. Even when I practice it and draw it inside of a rectangle, I still don't get it right.
Ovals? You mean your ellipses? Like a circle squished in perspective? Like these things?
We'll see. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, these are ellipses.
You wouldn't really use a rectangle to draw ellipses. You would use a square.
And I don't know if I want to talk about a whole ellipse breakdown today, but essentially it's a circle in perspective. So when you start looking at it from an angle,
It's like a manhole.
yeah, it goes around. So there's really a couple of important things. I don't like say like two, but there's a couple important things. Number one, they have a major and a minor axis. So like minor axis squishes it, is going through the center of the squished side. This is not a good ellipse. This is a better ellipse. So maybe something more like along the lines of that, right? So minor axis, right? And your major axis goes through the wider side, all right? The minor axis will point at your vanishing point. So perspective, it will point at the vanishing point itself. Like if this is a cylinder, it will point at it, all right? If the minor axis is, if the cylinder or ellipse is on the ground, right? The minor axis will point up and down. That's like your Y, right? So like this. All right. And so your minor axis, like when you draw an ellipse, try to line up the minor axis with your arm and then draw around it like this. Although I haven't warmed up really with this today. Like that. And you can draw a whole bunch of these, all right?
It's like a shish kebab, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a shish kebab. That's one way you can do it. Ellipses are measured in degrees as well. It's kind of like an impromptu ellipse lesson, all right? So like a circle, you look at it from the top, right? It's like 90 degrees. If this is like a side view and there's a manhole in the ground, right? And you're standing here, and here's the hole in front of you, right? If you were up here looking down at it, it would look like a circle.
Because like the placement of you where you are and the placement of the manhole creates a 90-degree angle.
You're above it. It's a circle, right? When you start to look at it at an angle, that's when it starts to squish. So this dude, you standing right here, are looking at it at an angle. Like this, right? And so what ends up happening is when you look at a circle from an angle, it turns into an ellipse. Soda can. Let's say there's a soda can over here, or a barrel, like a 55-gallon drum, right? Look at this. There's an angle right there. And there's an angle right here. And so it's like maybe the top is more squished than the bottom. You'll notice that a lot of the time. And so we'll get like squished, a little bit less squished. Especially if it's like big. Look at how, I guess I deleted that, but like you remember how much like the TP was, right? It was like the bottom and the top, it was like very open because we were really looking up at it. This is just kind of like notes on ellipses and cylinders in general.
How do you feel like you would draw an ellipse, like meaning like smoothly, like not this or like too slowly? Like what motions of the hand would you use?
Like I said, you'd line your arm up with the minor axis and you'd
ghost
it and then you'd place it down. I haven't done very much ellipse and cylinder warming up today, so these are a little bit sloppy, but essentially one of people's main problems, it actually tends to show up a lot in figure drawing, is they will draw the same ellipse for everything. So like the bendy straws assignment, it's like they'll draw cylinders, but all of the cylinders, this ellipse will be the same. So all of their cylinders will look like the same degree of ellipse, which doesn't really happen in real life a lot. And they'll be like, oh, it'll be like this. You'll get varying degrees. So maybe this one up here is really, really thin, right? And then maybe this one down here, it really faces us. So we'll get a nice big round one, right? Where it's like this.
And I'll have something to add to that after you.
Okay. And then, maybe down here we'll get like that other one and it'll come around here. So it's like this one is very squished. This one is very round. This one is maybe like halfway. And maybe we'll get like one that's a little bit more round here. This is just a good exercise to practice.
The way we practice is drawing a rectangle and placing the midpoints, then drawing the cylinders.
You can, but you have to make sure your rectangle is a perfect square in perspective.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not a rectangle. It's a square. It's just in perspective. So, like, this. So, like, drawing a perfect square in perspective is very difficult, right? And then your ellipse would go inside of this, like that.
Yeah.
But, like, my question is, how are you finding your square in perspective? Because if it's not a square, if you draw, say, this, and you're like, oh, my ellipse goes in this, well, then your ellipse is actually going to be wrong. It's going to be...
It's not going to be an actual ellipse. It's not
yeah, it's going to be, like, too wide.
Which is why... Yeah, exactly, which is why I struggle with practicing it alone.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I think it's a good exercise to do that. But the problem is, like, when you're a beginner and you're just learning, like, you can't draw an ellipse or a square in perspective. So, it takes a lot of practice. Like, you just kind of... I'm not particularly that good at it. Like, I'm, like, you can generally tell that they're supposed to be circles.
Yeah, I want to add something to the figure drawing part with cylinders. I'll notice that along with people using the same like ellipse, they will also use the same ellipse for even like bent legs that are coming towards, like, or they don't curve it enough. So like when they draw a form line for a leg, they won't curve it enough. They'll instead use a very like kind of straight curve. Now this is fine if you are drawing that cylinder in that perspective. Like there are narrow ellipses, but when you start doing the same thing for a bent leg like this and this and this, then you know you start having a form problem. Because if I were to draw this in a three-dimensional view, my leg would look like this in perspective. It would be a very flattened cylinder. So in the case of like, oh, you want to draw a leg that's coming towards you, you're going to have to really round that to make it feel like this is a circle in perspective. So that's what I'll notice as well.
Yeah.
Can you show us your art?
And cars and stuff could also be helpful. Art, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here, I'll do this. Here's Christina's art.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see you uploaded that.
Oh, oops. Forgot to tell you. Yeah, that's my art.
Yeah, this is her art. This is like a commission. Art station would load there.
Yep.
Pompoof's commission.
Mm-hmm.
She also does like, you know, her own OCs and stuff, backgrounds. Yep. And then she does studies and stuff like this. Portraits, paintings, that sort of thing. She doesn't really upload a lot.
Nah.
I don't upload a lot either. This is my stuff. So this is a demo that I did on a live stream. This is
I love that
personal
one.
artwork. This is a collab that Christine and I both worked on.
Mm-hmm.
These are some older pieces. My background is concept art, so I was a background and environment artist, like this sort of stuff.
What's the piece of art you like the most that you have drawn?
It would certainly be a sentimental piece rather than technically accurate. But I don't know. I don't really think about it too much.
Yeah, it depends on the purpose of the artwork. Like if I'm really proud of a background that I did, I'll be like, okay, that's my current favorite, and then afterwards they'll switch.
Mickey Mania.
Gonna start forcing my BF to get into art so we can collab on pieces.
That's funny.
That's cute.
Yeah, it is fun. Every stream we do is a collab.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Master Magic.
Yo.
Another thing about ellipses is you can use them to draw like cars and stuff. So like this is all dimensional drawing, by the way. So like drawing things like bringing in these corners, bringing them up, right? Bringing it up. But then these actual corners themselves, so I'd like ghost it and I'd go boop, boop, and then I'd go boop, bring this up, bring that up. So if I were to draw like a little chibi car or something,
So cute.
this would come out more.
I think this is a great exercise where it's like you're turning a basic block into something else.
Yeah.
Like I think that's really cute.
Like to find the right shape of something, I will run a little calculation. Like if I come in the same amount on each of these, and then I come up, right? Like this. Here's the new box that's in. And then I can connect all of these corners. Like I just pulled this inwards, right? And then I can find the center. Right? I can pull this out and arc it through and pull it out and arc it through. You can put like a rear view mirror on it or something, like this sort of thing. And it's like, what does this look like? Well, maybe it'll look like a little rectangle, rectangle. Maybe here's the hood. Right? Like we can make like a little car or something. So I'm not just like guessing the shape. Like,
I guess it looks like this.
I guess it looks like this.
Like that's really hard to do, especially if you don't have the
Yeah.
foundation.
It's easier if you think like I would think of this in terms of doing this. I would just go like, okay, I've got the front, and so the front kind of curves around like that. And then the top comes up in perspective and in like that. And then this curves. And then my car windshield would, or my roof of my car would come back like this. And it's narrower, so I'd come out. And then this would come out as well. And then my dashboard could be like that inside. And here's the steering wheel. And there's like the window on the other side coming out and back. And here's the back of it. Like this right here, to me, is not a very good curve. It'd be like that more so. Here's the door, comes out, then in, door handle. So, like, I'm running these calculations in my head because I'm going, like, if I draw a box where I may draw a box like this, right? Like, here's the side of the box. That, and that. But if I wanted to taper this box in, I could go, here's the bottom, but instead of coming up, I imagine this point, and I bring it up, and then I connect that to that. So I'd go like that, right? Here's that point. And then I would come over and imagine this point right here, and I'd bring it up, and I'd come over. And then I'd imagine this point right here, and I'd bring it up, and then I'd come over. So, like, I'm still running that calculation in my mind. It's not as accurate as if I were to actually draw it, right? And then I go, oh, I'm just finishing that, and then... You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking of this box, but I'm modifying it, but I'm just not really showing any of it. And so that's how I would draw something like this, right? And it's like you really have to understand the form of the thing. I do not draw a lot of cars at all, so I don't understand the form of it very much. But I would go like, okay, a cylinder would look like this, but what if I tilt it out and I make it a little like fingernail clipping? And then the tire's inside of it. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm going cylinder. I need more room. Cylinder. But I'm like tilting it out. And then I'm drawing that same cylinder again inside of that other cylinder. So it's like...
A little bit like 3D modeling.
Yeah. This is how you draw an anime eyelash, by the way.
That is very true. In order to draw anime eyelashes, start with a car and a tire. Car tire.
Yeah, except you're not doing exactly this. Like, and then you're going, there's this, here's the underside, the eyelashes come out. Like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same process because it's all 3D forms that you're moving around. And then this comes out, right? And then it's like there's the eyebrow maybe. So instead of just kind of like trying to guess the shape, I'm going, what is the three-dimensional form that's happening? And then, you know, you might like take this over.
Actually kind of funny. Noted, we'll draw an entire truck and use the wheel for the eye. So cute. I'm getting better at drawing anime eyes.
Of course, anime heads and faces are literally like more complicated than trucks and vehicles.
Yeah.
The forms are more complicated and nuanced. You know, it's like these hatch marks would describe the cheek of the face. That's one thing that like Christina was like, oh my gosh,
It does.
the blush of the cheeks is described by the hatching, or the form of the cheek is described by the blush. That's
It's very
interesting.
apparent in like a side view as well.
Yeah, and it's like, here's the form. And so it's like, where's this?
Oh, so cute. Are there any artists that inspired you or you look up to?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there are.
Loads and loads. Reno Tuna, Craig Mullins. Like, there's artists that really inspire me
Yu Ming Lee.
in terms of, like, teaching. Like, Will Weston or, like, a Devin Corwin. People that just talk really well and explain things. And then there's artists that I look up to that I'm just like, man, their art skill is so incredibly good. And they sometimes overlap. They're sometimes the same person. Sometimes they aren't. Like, Yu Ming Lee is really good. I love his painting.
Love his paintings as well. Look.
But since we
Wayne.
teach so much, at least since I teach so much, I'm always on the lookout for, like, ways that people explain things that I feel is very effective.
I think Guai's is definitely a big inspiration for me as well. I like his cinematic artworks.
Yeah, Gu
very
Wise is
cool.
really nice stuff. And Gu Wise also, his process is very
Very
good.
effective, yeah.
Super rock solid process. We were
Yeah.
taking a class of his on Colosso, and you're just like, man, this guy is like really
Thorough.
structured and thorough with his thinking. It's very good. Like, most people know Gu Wise just by the artwork,
Yeah.
but I've spent more time going through like his class and going like, man, the thought process behind this stuff is so refined and professional. This guy obviously does art for a living and works with other people and has to have a consistent, repeatable process that works successfully. And I really respect that kind of thing.
And it's like it's no wonder that his success rate with a lot of artworks is so high. It's because he like plots it and plans it.
Art is incredibly process driven. It's like a lot of planning and thinking, but then there's also a lot of technical skill too. So it's like you kind of need both. And it's I don't know, I really like that.
Yeah. What was his name again? Guweiz?
Guweiz. I mean, there's so many amazing artists out there, just so many. The number of insane level artists that are out there that you've never heard of is bafflingly large. Like, there are so many amazing artists who have absolutely no social media of any kind. Crazy. Here's my swamp girl, by the way.
She's so cute. Oh, this could be like a cute OC giveaway type
It
thing.
would be kind of cute.
Oh, I can start on the watercolor soon if you want.
Yeah, could be fun. You want to get that ready and out?
Yep, I'll get that ready now.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll be doing a watercolor as part of the promotion.
Yes.
And by the way, if you are here and you did buy Anime Art School within like the last week, reach out to us
Yep.
on like Discord or whatever and say, hey, I'd like to take advantage of the watercolor promotion.
Yeah.
Just feel free to blast us a message.
Yeah, I know that I think someone with the name Lincoln with a 19-something username.
Have been in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know if they're in the chat right now, but I don't know when they got the Anime Art School. But if they did get it, if you did get it recently, let us know if you want the watercolor promotion. Right. All right. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm
I'm
ready.
so excited to draw this character. She's so
Yeah, she's
cool. She's such a
gorgeous.
baddie. Do you generally unamused? Are you here? Is that the username?
Pretty sure they're here. I've seen that. I saw them earlier today at least.
Yeah, I did see them earlier today. Yes, I am. Do you mind if I take a little bit of artistic liberty in the clothes if I see fit? Super cute though. I don't know if I'll be making any adjustments, but just in case if I do, want to have your permission. Of course. Awesome. Such a cool character. So excited. So you said that she has pink in her hair. Do you mean like pink highlights, pinker highlights, and red undertones?
Red. The hair is
Yeah,
red.
the hair is
it has
red.
pink highlights.
Okay.
That's what they were saying earlier.
Okay, gotcha. All right, let me think of how I'm gonna do this.
I still need that demon devil Miki.
Oh yeah, you do.
I know Fox is gonna be mad if she misses a watercolor.
Mm-hmm.
Are you here, Fox?
I didn't see Fox earlier.
Yep, but anything works.
Okay. Oh, yeah, she has the elf ears, pointy ears.
You just got out of football? That's crazy. Did you tackle anybody?
Oh wait, is she like a space princess? Did you ever study comic artists or exclusive mangakas? Yeah. Well,
Me personally, not a lot, but I do want to.
I've studied the styles, but not necessarily like manga panels as much. Although I kind of did, like here and there when I was younger. I was very influenced by like Clamp, and I loved their mangas. I was on like a binge of like anything Clamp art, and so I just did a bunch of studies of their artworks and how they color, how they draw hair, and a lot of it does influence my artwork to this day.
Yeah, I tackled 5 Guys. Is that a burger reference? Yeah, I tackled 5 Guys. Ha ha ha. Had a burger at 5 Guys after school. I thought you didn't like 5 Guys, so maybe not.
Make sure that this is not double paper. Okay, it's fine. Generally amused, just wondering, is this like a space princess of some sort?
Have you ever thought about making a webtoon or have you ever made a webtoon or thought of making one? Not really a webtoon, but comic / manga, yeah. I consider her to be.
Okay. That's close enough.
She's a mommy.
She is a mommy, absolutely. I was thinking of like making her like have like a cool space crown or something. Some kind of cool stuff. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'll draw her face and everything else first though.
But they're just ethereal beings in a way.
Okay.
Dude, I'm really looking forward to finishing my book.
Same.
Oh, I asked earlier, but there weren't a whole lot of people here. Does anybody know of the site Colosso? They have like classes and stuff. Does anybody use them or have classes on it? Just asking like our audience. Haven't heard of it? Yeah, I have a couple classes on it. You have Reno Tuna's class? Dude, I would like to get that. It's like a it's like a website that they have classes on and stuff. There's a bunch of different artists on there. I had a call with Colosso last night. We might build a class collabed with them and have it on Colosso, totally separate from Anime Art School, but not sure yet. It's all up in the air. They reached out to us. Yeah, if I were to teach on Colosso, I would say everything in Chinese just to force you to read subtitles. Unless you speak Chinese, then I'll only record it in a language that you don't know, like some obscure language that was never spoken. Are you guys one of the teachers? No. I mean, at our school, Anime Art School, yeah, we teach it. At Colosso, no. They have like hundreds and hundreds of different teachers. They have all kinds of stuff like 3D modeling, animation, whatever, like concept art, illustration, anime style stuff. They're like a Korean company. They have like 3 different websites. There's an Colosso Global, which is like everything else. There's Colosso.kr, which is like the Korean one, and then there's Colosso JP, which is like the Japanese one. But it's like a big website. Like teachers, instructors, artists will build classes in collaboration with them, and then they'll have them online. But I like Colosso. Like I think they get really really cool artists and make classes. It's not really similar to what we do. We focus on foundation. They usually will teach a class that's focused on like, here's how this particular artist does a thing, rather than focusing on like, here's anatomy, here's perspective. Like sometimes they'll teach anatomy and perspective and stuff, but it focuses less on like, this is a foundation program. Are her earrings planets? Don't look like it.
I don't think they look like light beads or something.
Yeah, they look like, well, they're kind of just little dots.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's cute. I really like it.
Yeah.
I was thinking of going with more of like a space cool like princess space gown. She's so cute. She's so gorgeous. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm kind of debating right now what I should do.
I
Just
really
glowy orbs?
like her outfit design. It's actually very well done.
It is very well done. You know what? I'm just gonna go with bog standard. Like I'm just gonna go more faithful to the original design because I really do like the outfit.
I think, yeah, I honestly feel like the design is really nice. I like her collar.
Yeah, I like her collar too.
Dang, bruh.
I know, right? She's
Is
so
this
cool.
a window or is that like a gem?
Yeah. Is this a chest window?
It feels to me like it's not. Like it's lighter than the skin, so I think it's...
Or it could be like a glowing gem that's causing that light
Maybe
feeling.
that's
I
what
don't
you'll do.
know.
Maybe you'll turn it into a chest window.
It's yellow, but it's hard to tell. Oh. Okay, so it's not a chest window.
The gem is on it.
Okay.
Does anybody read Dungeon Crawler Carl? Not likely in our audience. It's a hugely popular series, but our demographic, very unlikely it overlaps with
Oh, okay.
Dungeon Crawler Carl's
She's so cute.
demographic. I feel like, that's one thing that I think a lot of like beginners on social media don't consider very much is like demographic.
Yeah. Well, it's a business thing. It's demographic, right?
Yeah, it's like what your audience's demographic is interested in. Like you'll notice it. Like we'll do a stream on Roblox and there'll be 800 people here, but they're all like, not all, but like a lot of them are like 13,
Yeah.
like 12 or 13-year-olds, And like we'll do a stream on a particular subject and it'll be a completely different audience.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. Should I get into it? I really enjoy it. Absolutely one of my favorite series. It's funny. It's edgy. It's a lit RPG, so it's like Western isekai. We'll say that. Except the person doesn't get reborn. They just get transported to somewhere else. So think of Dungeon Crawler Carl as a Western isekai. That's like a video game.
Yeah.
Literally like a video game. Like they level up, they have stats and abilities and gear and specializations and stuff. It's phenomenal.
Okay.
Is a school for someone that isn't really good at drawing? Yes.
Yes.
It is to help you build foundational skills regardless of your level. It does start off with the basics. I sent some better references if anything else isn't clear.
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
Ooh, dang, bruh.
I'm just trying to make sure that her chest isn't like too short. Nothing worse than like a gorgeous, like nicely drawn face, but like the chest is too short. I'm like, oh,
Baddie. She's an absolute baddie.
she is an absolute baddie.
How long have you been drawing? Long time.
Long time.
Both of us pretty much our whole lives. How does? Who does?
Why does?
Huz. Bruh. Look how close we are
What?
to a 300K.
Wow, we're very close.
Come on. 299.8K. We're so close to 300,000 on TikTok. How exciting!
Okay. So I have one question. So this is like a yellow fabric. Is that what it is? So I don't have to draw like a cleavage or anything. It's like actually like a piece of cloth and the gem is on it. How long does the school last and what's the fee and expectations?
Yes, it is. It is only digital, by the way. That was
gotcha.
a previous question
Okay.
about that. My tummy's going.
The fee, or to get the anime art school, it's a one-time payment. It is $497 for the entire thing. You'll probably get through it in about over a year if you were to go at the recommended pace, but it's self-paced, so you can take as long as you need.
Yeah.
But it is a very beefy program.
Yeah, it's 3 terms of 14 weeks, and it's broken into a bunch of different classes. We recommend about a year to get through it. It's very, very large, and it covers a lot of different subjects. It's like a mini art college, but at your own pace, so you can pick it up, stop, pick it up again whenever you want. What is recommended pace? Like how fast we expect you to go through it, or we recommend. There's like a suggested schedule.
Yeah. If you want to get really serious, so that's our suggested schedule. If you want to be like,
Oh, thanks, Lizzie. It's awesome. I love the school.
Oh, yay.
I'm glad. I am very glad. No, we don't go live every day. I'm drawing while watching you guys. I'm stuck on the head angle of the character. I get it.
I get it.
Same. What was the recommended 2 classes at the same time? Yeah.
It is very intense if you do that. But
Yeah. It's like
I have a student that was like a mentorship student that was doing 2 classes at the same time. That's a lot of work.
yeah, over 20 hours a week.
Yeah. Like he was spending basically all day, all night drawing.
Yeah, it's very intensive, but you don't have to go through it at that pace.
Yeah, you can just like take 1 class at a time as well.
Dude. Dang.
I know, I love her.
Dude,
she
who's
does pretty
this?
I don't know who that is. Oh, Merce, I guess. Another one of their characters. It's because
Merc.
it's a whole like series.
It reminds me of whenever I find a new character that I absolutely love in Pal World.
Yeah, it's like
looking at generally unamused characters is like that. Like, who's this? I have to catch it.
I know. Wow, what age does one have to be?
At least 13.
At least 13.
Well, we recommend at least 13. You have to be at least 13 to join the Discord server, because that's Discord's rules.
Even if we leave for a little bit and come back after a while, we wouldn't have to repay. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a one-time payment and you have it forever.
Yes.
I can't find you on Colosso because we don't have a class on Colosso.
No, we
yet.
don't have a class on Colosso. I said we called with them last night and might make a class in the future. But I like Colosso. I've always liked their stuff. They get good teachers. Their website works really well. I'm very impressed. They seem genuinely interested in providing the resources and features that help students learn. Their descriptions of their classes and what they provide is really high quality. I've always liked their stuff.
Yeah, they're really good.
They're more of like a hosting website. It's not like they build the class. They work with an artist that's reputable, and then that artist builds a class, and then that class gets put on Colosso and you can purchase it. Props to that guy. Yeah. Liminal, are you here? Props to you.
Working super hard.
I got Wistella in Pal World. And, dude, absolutely such a fun character design. I feel like Pal World has really, really fun. She's a boss on the floating islands. And she is so cool. When I saw your character, General and Amused,
The purple one.
it reminded me of Wistella. I love Wistella's stuff. It's so cute, dude. Her design is so cute. This is Wistella.
So cute.
Yeah.
Hey, Toe. Are you doing watercolor? Yes.
Hey, how's it going? Ow, ow, ow. How's Korea? Are you still there? That's fun. Thank you, Colt. My one perspective drawing got better. Nice.
Nice. Congrats.
Toe. You're in school now. Vacay was great. Oh, that's awesome. What?
Nice.
Dang, dude.
I wanna
What
go.
what year are you in? What do they call it? Year?
I think
What?
it's like a what? Yeah, I guess what year? Senior year. You about to graduate, Toe?
Senior? Dang,
Yeah, I
bruh.
kind of figured.
Grade.
Grade.
What grade are you?
This one. They didn't teach me how to count yet.
He's so cute.
Oh, I love that. Their heart color is so pretty.
It looked like a heart to me, so I was like, I kind of had to take the chance.
I know the challenges were a summer vacation thing, but are you guys planning some other fun, similar community events anytime soon? Yes, we actually came up with a rough schedule that I haven't talked about, and I completely forgot to talk about this today. We hit 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we're going to do a 10-hour live stream, and we're planning on doing it this Saturday. So even if you are in school,
You can join.
hopefully you can join.
Hopefully.
So yeah, we're going to do a long live stream this Saturday and hang out, do OC drawing, do whatever. It's going to be fun. And then we are going to be doing fall challenges, and they'll be going through October, all of October and all of November. Hey, books and plants, boots and pants. Is that like a reference to that? RIP. I start next week, so I'm probably never joining again because of my time zone. That's a
RIP.
big RIP. No, I just like books and plants. Nice. Books and plants are great, honestly.
All right. All right, time to.
By the way, if you are new here, you know, if you don't mind. What if we did that, like... If you don't mind, if you want to hit that follow button, we're just about to hit 300,000 on TikTok.
Okay.
If you like the content, if you find it helpful and useful, or you just don't like us and you want to come by and see us and go, ugh, and then scroll. What better way to do that than to hit the follow button, you know?
I know, right?
Oh, yeah, we already did tutorials.
Yep.
That's why I follow. Silly. Oh, wow. Gold Recluse with a $9.99 super chat.
Aw, thanks.
Here's to 50K.
Oh, that's so
Let's
generous.
go.
Woo!
Yep, that's right. 50,000 hour stream coming up.
50,000.
We're going to completely master 5 different skills, go from 0 to 10,000 hours in 5 different skills during a 50,000 hour stream. Wow, thank you so much, Gold Recluse. Can we get some
thank
W's
you.
in the chat?
All right, now where is my...
www. I don't know why the stinking thing didn't go off. What was it called?
Bubblegum. I want... Not bad. Want more of like a cooler red. That one will work. Plus. Oh yeah, that's the one. What is this one? I'm just testing colors really quick. Yeah, we'll go with this combination.
What is this? Does this work?
Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to color all of this in this pink, and then I'll color the red in afterwards.
Did it not work?
Or I could just do this.
Interesting. Da 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 da. I don't know why the wow and stuff aren't working anymore.
Oh, the sound effects?
Yeah, I don't know.
How do you determine where light and shadows are when rendering? Knowing where your light source is and how the hair behaves when it's hit by light. That's the simple answer. A lot of times, artists will have specific lighting scenarios that they like to do because it's simple for them and it's very effective. Like, it's totally common to use the same light, the light source and light setup.
Bum, 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 bow.
This is generally unamused character.
Yes.
If you would like a watercolor or mixed media artwork of your own character sent to you, you can get our anime art school. That is a current promotion that we're doing, by the way. So I love doing these kind of promotions. It's so fun to see everybody's OCs and draw them. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Mm-hmm. Ink. There we go. Ooh, look at how vibrant that pink is against the red.
Wow, that looks great.
Mm-hmm. I actually prefer blending colors, blending marker colors just with other markers rather than a blending brush or blending marker. Blending marker is weird. All right. Let's get this red in here. Yep, perfect. Who knew that they had the perfect colors? Who had the perfect colors for this character's hair in here?
For real, dude.
I know, right? It's literally like no peek. Guess what I'll do is this. Right. Oh, we should add some of this in here too. Or I could go for Korean barbecue. Alright. All of this. I'm gonna add a little bit of this hair clumps in here. In here. There we go. How do you shade black? Black will have a very limited value range, meaning you don't just use, I mean, you could if that's your style, but like, to shade black, use a very dark gray tone, and then use another very, very dark gray tone, and it'll simulate black. Because we just have pure black, and it's not hitting.
How do you go darker?
Like, exactly. How do you go darker? So, if you think of it like if it's from 1 to 100, 1 being or 0 being white, 100 being black, choose a 80 or 70% gray, and then use an almost black for the shadows. That's kind of that, really. Okay, I need like a brighter blue than this. This might work. Yep. Girl, watch out, Mappa's coming for you. I'll just happily decline. Kinda late, but I woke up early to catch your stream. Hope everyone is well. Yeah, we're doing good.
Hi.
Yeah, we're both pretty locked in.
When it comes to like shading white or black, the local value is important. Like local value, right? Like how bright is this area right here, right? Like you could do that as well. It'll read as black, like depending on what you do. You know, we could do something like this if it's like a really bright light. And like this will never get, like the shadow of the white is this bright compared to the black. And now like, you could do like an 8-ball or something.
Ooh.
Like it'll work. But anyways, yeah, when the local value is going to affect things a lot. I don't know if this has been asked recently. How do you guys go about applying a color palette to your characters? How would you use colors to portray your character's personality? I would look up like the emotions that are affiliated with different colors.
Yeah.
And then you can create a color palette based on that. Like what's cheerful, what's bright and fun and cheerful, like what's dark and moody and whatever. Like colors have very strong emotional appeals, and so I would probably do some research into that. Maybe like if I like Miki wears a bunch of yellows and stuff. She'll wear like yellow and orange, and she's like bright. And cheerful, pastels, stuff like that. Like Tira wears very light colors. June will wear maybe like very dark color and lots of black fabric and stuff. And then I would probably apply that to like a 60-30-10 or like whatever
ratio
70-20-10 ratio of distribution, where it's like 70% of one color or 60% of one color, 30% of another, and then 10% of an accent color. Like that's always pretty robust.
There we go. And then she has this red gem.
He does have all the perfect colors for this.
I know, right?
I'm going to practice drawing emotions for my characters. Any tips on how to draw tears on a crying character? I never know if it should be a solid bluish color or a semi-transparent tear. It really depends on what exact style you're going for.
Yeah.
You could do a solid tear. Like a solid color, you could do, like if you're just drawing in line work, like a lot of the time you'll just imply it with like the edge of the tear itself. But make sure that your tears go over the form of the face. You don't want them to look too flat. Unless you do want them to look too flat. In which case, good luck.
What eye color does she have? Or maybe I didn't look close enough. Gold eyes, okay. Alright, now time to use watercolor for the skin, but let me just do this for the face. Oh, not the face, the eyes. I need an eraser. Take all that out. Alright. I'm gonna pull all my markers away. Alright, gotta clean my palette. Okay, now I'm gonna have to clear out all of this. Here we go. Actually, really enjoying this watercolor. Right, and then she's got this lip tint, and then that'll be wrapped up. Now this one I gotta be a little bit careful. Are those alcohol markers? Any tips on using them? Yeah, those are what's it called? Yeah, the ones that I was using for like the hair, the jacket, or not the jacket, the clothes and stuff is alcohol markers. They are a Hoohoo brand. And how to use them? It depends on what kind. It depends on like what do you mean by how to use them? Like, do you want to use more pastel colors? Do you want to use other? I would just say, for me, if you want to play it more safe, I would use lighter colors first and then darker colors later, because sometimes alcohol markers, when you make like a really dark color and it looks like, when you find a color like this, right? And you're like, oh yeah, the color will come out exactly as this color, but when you put it on the paper, it's darker than this advertises sometimes, depending on the brand. So I would always have a test. I would always have a test sheet of paper, and then I would apply darker colors much later than lighter colors, because it's just safer that way. And really, that's kind of how I like to use them. What do you think is the most challenging emotion to draw? Probably like really angry faces for me. Sometimes it's really hard to get those wrinkles right, or like the exact kind of vibe you want. Yelling can sometimes be a little bit challenging for me personally. I personally really like brush tip markers, because they're a lot more fun to use, especially with like hair and stuff. Like all of this effect was done with the brush tip marker, and then I colored this base hair just like that, and then I left all the pink parts white, and then I filled it in later with the pink color afterwards. But you can see how I did this illustration with the markers in our YouTube channel, because we're live on there as well and can rewind. Okay. What is her name again? Venus. I'm literally just drawing circles in perspective right now, and they're still wonky. Colton, one day I'll get more consistent one day. Yeah, ellipses in perspective is very difficult. Like, you're gonna be, you're gonna have to practice that for a good long while.
Yeah.
It is hard. It's hard to get them looking smooth, and it's also hard to get them at the right degree. So you're not doing, as Colton said earlier, like you're doing everything and nothing right. In the beginning, I guess. Something like that. Everything wrong and right at the same time. Just keep doing it.
You're following the correct process. You
yes.
Try it.
Yeah.
Keep working on it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now I gotta clean this all up. Interesting. These marks were made by the kneaded eraser, but they're hard to get out. I'll have to use some Lysol later. I've been practicing my actual art since I've been using bases for a long time. Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
Nice.
Nice graduation from bases. well, the watercolor is finished. Actually, wait 1 second. I'm gonna add a little bit of this yellow. There you go. There we go. You look beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for doing this like a dream for me. Oh, you're welcome. That's why I love doing it. That's why I love doing it. Oh, that looks really good, Colton.
Just experimenting a little bit.
Yeah. You could say they're drawing in circles. That's funny. Doing what?
Finish.
Oh, the watercolor?
Yeah. You finished your watercolor?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
Thank you, Jinx. Yeah, Colton's just doing like a little water painting. It's cool.
Yeah, it's like a little experiment.
It's so water. Does look like water. Yep. Oh, I love the seafoam.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how seafoam works. I noticed that it kind of like, I think I made mine a little bit too even, but like I noticed that seafoam will kind of go like this and this, and it'll have like bridges between it, like this.
They almost look like butterfly wings.
Like it's like these uneven kind of like stairs, and then there will be like little like
Oh.
and then there will be like little dots. I just kind of like trying to break down different material, because like once you know this is how seafoam looks, it's like, and I noticed that like each of these will like ride a wave, like so this is a wave, this is a wave, this is a wave, and then there will be connectors between the waves, and then the front, the very front, like on the beach, will go like this. This is how I like study things that I haven't really drawn before. I'll try to like go, what does it tend to do? And if I want to like replicate it. It's kind of like a simplification of it. And like this will be completely different than a pond. And it'll be completely different than like water somewhere else. And it'll like immediately get this certain effect. Or like this is completely different than like a wave that kind of like curls over and crashes. Like a wave that curls over and crashes, in my opinion, would be like whatever.
How do you remember things you study? Oh, thank you, Dahlia.
You
Dahlia
just do it
says-
enough. What?
Yeah, that says I gotta start working on your guys' birthday present that's coming up. Oh, thanks.
Thank you. Right, like this is a cylinder, and this comes from below, and then this comes out from behind. So the wave will be like that. And then you'll get these foam over top of it and stuff, and you'll get like foam. Not that I don't draw a lot of ocean stuff. How do you remember it? Your brain just does.
Yeah.
When you do something a lot, your brain categorizes it as important information. That's why like studying and practicing and stuff is important. That's where the 1,000 anime heads challenge comes from. Doing something a lot makes you remember how to do it.
Should make chocolate chip cookies.
I'm a big back. That'll make me a mega big back.
Not unless I make them small.
And of course, this is in perspective. Like, I would never attempt drawing this without putting it in any kind of perspective. Wow, why is this so slow?
I don't know.
This is my perspective, right? It's just a...
I also think that the things that you study, if you have a process of like what to look out for, it's easier to memorize the process. Like for me, when I'm drawing figures or I'm drawing a specific pose, sometimes I'll just kind of voice out in my head or literally talking to myself like, okay, the legs go pigeon-toed. They go in, then out. And then, oh, the torso is slightly twisted. The rib cage is going to the right. The pelvis is going to the left. And then when I try to draw from memory, like I will try to remember what I've talked myself through. And that helps me to like involve a lot of my senses. That looks really good.
Yeah, like that's my perspective of it. Somewhat. Except I just kind of messed up the edge and made it more interesting.
Like if I were to draw a body and I have to remember the proportions, I'm like, okay, draw my whole height of the figure first, then divide it in half, then divide the upper part into 3 parts, then divide the lower half into 2 parts. And then the next step is like, gotta vocalize the next steps. It's like somewhat tedious sometimes, but when you have to teach it a lot, you also memorize because you're teaching it and you're like talking the process through as well. That also helps you memorize. But yeah. Ooh. Nice little diorama. I'm so inspired. Or my art block. I totally get it. Your advice is to teach it? Yeah, just try your best to teach it. Like, teaching does help me memorize a lot. That's for sure. But I would say, like, if you're gonna teach it, how do I say it? Because when it comes to teaching, like, you gotta make sure that you're generally qualified to teach. That doesn't mean like you have to know every single thing and everything. It's more like your skill and your process has to be pretty solid enough for you to teach it. Like, teaching is also a skill in and of itself. But like, yeah, I mean, just try it. I mean, like, technically I started teaching in 2019 and there were a lot of things that I didn't know. I just taught what I knew and I taught the best that I could. And then as I learned more stuff, I had to upgrade my teaching and I had to upgrade the way I spoke and my skill in general. So like my teaching would match my art skill, or vice versa. So yeah, in a way. Ozai, we do have a few clothing TikToks. And we also have a few clothing videos on our YouTube channel. You can go check that out. Draw Anime Academy on all platforms. Would that ocean be considered a mid-key piece?
Probably. It's diffused lighting. A lot of the time, diffused lighting or an overcast day is relatively mid-key. Not all the time. But I kind of drew it in a middle value range. And I'm using very diffused lighting overall, so you can see that like this is not like harsh lighting. If I had like harsh lighting on it, you'd probably get pretty strong edges.
Yeah.
And like seafoam will let light through as well. because it's not like a super solid object, you know.
Do you have any advice on still having a long way to go while being a beginner artist? I've made good progress due to your Udemy courses, but I think / feel I have a long to go still / lots to learn.
Yeah. Totally fine. Like, think about art as a lifetime journey rather than like, oh my gosh, I have to get as good as possible, as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Like, think of it as something that you're going to be spending the rest of your life with.
It's like a long-term relationship.
Yeah. I try to not think about art as like, where am I right now, and judging myself based on that. I like to think of it like, you know, I'm going to be with this for a long time, and so I'm like slowly developing important skills or something.
Yeah. And I also feel like sometimes the best thought or the best thing to do is just to not think about time at all.
Yeah.
How much longer you have to go, because that ends up creating more stress than it creates a lot more stress than actual progress. Because if you truly knew how long it would take for you to get to a certain point, like, you'd probably quit.
Or if you focused on getting there, and that was your only goal, is to get to a destination that's really far away.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's kind of like a Pokemon journey. Like, a lot of times the characters in the Pokemon show will just kind of take their time adventuring and just getting into shenanigans. But, like, in the end, they still go to the gym battles, right?
Yeah.
But, like, on the way, they sometimes get lost. They sometimes have to find their way again. They learn new lessons. But they're not thinking, like, I gotta get to the next gym fast and get to the XYZ League in, like, a month. Like, no, they gotta take time to train their Pokemon and, you know.
Yeah, it's not that you don't care about it.
Yeah.
It's that it doesn't dictate your happiness.
Yes.
Like, I absolutely care whether I can draw well or not. It's just that I don't want to let it dictate my happiness.
Mm-hmm. What's the longest you've gone live for?
I don't know, like 13 or
13
hours or
maybe?
something. It was definitely on one of our old 12-hour long live streams, and we went over by quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all about wanting to be awesome and wanting to get amazing at art. But it's like, if you let the length of the journey dictate whether you're happy or not, that's when things start getting... That's when it starts shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I would...
Yeah. It's almost like the
say.
goalpost is too far. You need to make mini goalposts.
Yeah.
And you'll also realize that as you get better, your goals might change. Like, your level of what you consider good may be like, oh, I actually want to get even better than how I currently am. Like, some people are just content with getting to a certain level and then just staying there. And then other people are like, oh, I already got there. That's a lot simpler than I thought it was going to be. I guess I just want to get even better now, you know? And the ceiling's going to move.
I mean, it's not quite as mid-key anymore.
Yeah.
Usually, like, and Dahlia, you usually start in the middle and work outwards. So it's like you'd have your value range, and you'd maybe start with, like, the middle, and then you'd build out left and right into lighter and darker. And how much you want to do that, like, that would almost be like a classic approach. Like, you start with your midtones, and then you add your darks and you add your lights.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty classic approach. A lot of painters will work that way.
Is it okay to ask how to draw a character facing upwards? We have a video on what's it called? How to draw heads facing up. You can check that out on our TikTok.
All right, I'm about ready to wrap up.
Same here. It was fun doing this watercolor.
What a fun watercolor. All right. Awesome. Everybody, thank you for hanging out and showing up. Appreciate it.
If you got Anime Art School, we are holding this watercolor promotion. So if you got it recently, let us know. If you're thinking of getting it, that's what we're gonna do. So reach out to us if you're interested. We'll see you next time.
Yep. Have a good night, everybody. And we will talk to you another time.
Yes.
Soon. Don't forget, we're going to be doing a long stream this Saturday.
Yeah.
So if you want something to do during Saturday, we'll be live all day. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
There it is. Meow, 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 meow.
Gonna binge your book?
Meow, 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 meow. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye, TikTok. And bye-bye, YouTube.
Bye-bye.